As if things couldn't get worse than they were, here we are, the Subway Surfers event. An event so mediocre and forgettable, it basically forced me to become a Clash channel. How was that even possible? Well, in this video, I'll detail the missteps this event has taken and how Brawl Stars seems to be forgetting what made their event so special in the first place. And I would give them a suggestion to help revive the game, but is there even a point anymore? If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to keep up with my videos. Second, join our Discord server. We have some fun stuff to do there, like our very own 1v1 rank called Gauntlet, where you can win Eldritch Barley and more Brawl Talk skins in the future, or simply just have fun. Finally, consider becoming a channel member if you're interested in supporting out the channel and have ample disposable income for some cool perks, like watching videos early or getting to decide on future video ideas. First, let's start off with the basics. Subway Surfers event was a collaboration between, I don't need to say who. This event was based around the collection of a new currency called Rails, but because we definitely needed a new limited time currency. These guys are used to progress through the reward track. Speaking of the reward track, that was the main source of progression throughout the event. You would get stuff like coins, power points, credits, gems, bling, the Jake Ollie skin, and of course, our government mandated RNG for the event, boomboxes. Back to the topic of Rails, you can get them through a variety of sources, like winning 3 games a day for 8 total, the whole club event for Rails, which I'll talk about in a bit, the contest, the shop, some special quests, and of course, me. Now, the boomboxes. These guys are yet another attempt at making a Megabox clone. The drop chances for boomboxes filled beyond the entire screen, so it's quite zoomed out. But anyway, all you need to know is that they contain 6 drops, with one of the drops guaranteed to be a Subway Super. Speaking of Subway Supers, let's talk about them. There are 8 different types of Subway Supers, with different abilities. Once you get a Subway Super more than once, you start upgrading it for better abilities up to level 3, with a total of 24 boomboxes being necessary to get all Subway Supers leveled up. Next is the Mega Train, which of course I mentioned before. Basically, every day for a week, every club member would get 3 tickets and try to win as many games as possible. After certain milestones, you would get 10 rails, and at 92 wins specifically, you would get the exclusive Graffiti Leon skin. Finally, daily contests. It wouldn't be a Brawl Stars event without there being some sort of contest, right? These were between 20 people, and like the Pizza Planet event, were based around some convoluted point system I'm not trying to explain, and you're not trying to hear. All you need to know is that for a week, these contests were available every single day, and went from 20 to 1 rail based on your position. There was also the Mina release event, which technically is a part of this whole event, and was based around the opening of Mina boxes to try and get Mina. Every 2 wins you got, you would get a Mina box, and if you opened up 14 Mina boxes, you would automatically get Mina. However, there were chances for you to get Mina and a variety of other solid rewards inside the Mina boxes themselves. And with all of that out of the way, let's start actually analyzing this event. But first of all, we need to address the Pam in the room, the leaks. There were some very public leaks about the event beforehand, and a lot of the stuff associated with it, like the brawler, the event details, and most important part, the collab with Subway Surfers. This already put Brawl on the wrong foot, as they were now scrambling to have to make changes, and having to redo and change the date of Brawl Talk, changing the schedules that sneak peeks were dropping, and it was a whole mess. But more importantly, it ruined the hype of the event and Brawl Talk as a whole. People already knew what the entire event was about, so who cares about some sneak peek or Brawl Talk? With the hype ruined going into the event, things were already looking bleak. And then the event dropped, and well, it was I mean, first of all, the company that was collabed with, nothing against Subway Surfers, but it isn't exactly Toy Story, SpongeBob, or Godzilla, is it? But that's not my main problem. The main problem is that it's sort of a competitor to Brawl Stars. Both are mobile games that are marketed to children mainly, so it stands to reason that they would compete for players' time. Because of this, it makes sense that a collab between both of them would not do much for reviving either game. But of course, the event itself. The rewards themselves were mediocre. They gave us a good amount of rails, which wasn't too based on RNG with the whole daily rail system, but also other ways to get a lot of rails, like for example in the contest, which were quite nice. The whole track thing was pretty nice for progression, but when you take into consideration we lost 3 guaranteed star drops every day for the rewards on the track, these rewards suddenly look a lot worse. As for the boomboxes, they were also nothing too special, and at least were better than star drops, but had none of the hype of the old mega boxes. The daily contests and the mega train were nothing horrible either, and just gave us a good amount of extra rails, which is nice. The Mina event was the rare, good part of the event, and was quite fun to play, especially if you were playing with friends, and gave us a lot of nice bonus progression, as well as a much more fair system than the old one that was based around early access. Last and least, the power-ups. Once again, we got power-ups, and once again, I'm hating on them. These ones were a little fairer than some of the other ones we've had, like Demon and Angel power-ups, or the Wasabis and Mutations, but these were still kind of broken. Some of the power-ups were just so annoying to deal with, especially the stunning one and the jump one, and were annoying especially with certain brawlers, like Bull for example. As for the skins, they were also nothing too special. They just slapped the graffiti cover on most of the skins and just called it a day. The Hypercharge skin was very divisive as well, with some people thinking it was trash, but others who understood the MF Doom reference who liked the skin. Overall, these skins were quite mediocre compared to some of our previous events. With all of this in mind, we can detect a pretty worrying trend. Everything about this event was just mid. The skins, the rewards, the hype, the power-ups, nothing was especially memorable. They weren't horrible, sure, but they were also far from good. This event not only fixed nothing from the events past that we were begging them to fix, but didn't even have the hype that some of the prior mixed events at least had, like the Godzilla or Buzz Lightyear event. There was just nothing around this event, just nothing. No one really cared, and the people who were playing just played to fill their progression and then hopped off. This event simply was not fun. It felt like a chore, something we forced to do to keep up with progression, and didn't enjoy. With the same old rehashed mechanics like contests, power-ups, and whatnot, there's just nothing new and fresh that's coming with these events, so why should we care? If Brawl Stars doesn't create fresh, permanent updates that's generally going to change the game, this game is going to go to its pre-2024 levels, and it's certainly looking that way. It genuinely needs some type of miracle update, and it needs it soon. If you have any suggestions for the game, drop it in the comments, because I don't have a clue what would fix this game anymore. But a start would be adding some new mechanics to these temporary events, while reducing the godless creations known as power-ups. But as always, thanks for watching. Watch this video, or this playlist, or join the Discord server.